Hey everyone, Board Game Brody here with our new channel here on YouTube, Let's Table It. I have a prototype copy of Salon de Paris, published by Talon Strikes Studios and expected to be launched on Kickstarter. And let's just skip that fluff and let's get right into the game, right to the table. Players will take turns in a clockwise direction, and on a player's turn, they will first move their artist meeple from their current location to any other unoccupied space on the board. When beginning the game, you will just move from the center to whichever location you want to move to, but later in the game, you will move from your location to the middle of the board and then to the new unoccupied location. When moving your artist, it will move through painting tiles, which you might have the opportunity to pick up. You will also move your artist to a location to take one of its listed actions in that location. When moving it to an adjacent location, it's a free action, doesn't cost anything. When moving it to a space 2 locations away, you will need to discard any one painting tile from your sketchboard. And if you move across from your current spot, which is 3 locations away, you will need to discard 2 painting tiles. If unable to discard any painting tiles to do the move, you cannot travel to that location. So you will move your artist meeple to an unoccupied action space at a new location. You will take the painting tile shown on the action space that you have chosen. These paintings are ones that you just traveled over from your previous spot to the current new spot by traveling to the middle of the board and then to the new location. And then you will resolve the action indicated in the space that you moved your artist to. The circle spot on your chosen action will show how many painting tiles that you will get to pick up from your used path. The paintings are placed in your sketchbook. If your sketchbook is full, then you cannot take any more paintings. You can still take an action if the sketchbook is full and it says to pick up paintings. At the end of your turn, if any streets are completely empty, then they will be replenished from random tiles from the bag. I won't mention picking up paintings when visiting the action spaces from here on out, but just know that the circle spaces list how many paintings you collect on your used path depending on the action that you choose. Now let's get over to the locations and their actions to better understand the meat of this game. Let's start with the market. This is where you get canvas to place painting tiles on. You can take 1 or 2 canvases with each action, and the total size needs to be equal to the number shown on the bottom right of the action that you choose. So here on the 5, you can take a 4 size and a 1 size, or a 3 size and a 2 size. On the 4 action, you can take a 4 size by itself, or 2 sizes, or a 3 size and a 1 size. So many choices within each choice of action. Next, let's check out the studio. This is where you will be taking tiles from your sketchbook and placing them on top of the canvases that you have. Once painting tiles are placed, they can never be rearranged. Whenever you place the last tile on a canvas, it's done and needs to be signed. You do this by moving the topmost signature token from your player board onto that finished painting. Removing signature tokens will open up spaces for Academy cards, but also some bonus actions listed on each of those slots. If you use all 6 signature tokens, then you have 3 placed separately to use. Academy cards will help you earn fame, so it's a good idea to get them as you want to score more points in the game by using them. Next, let's visit the cafe. Here, you can gain overpaint tiles and maneuver the socialite to earn some nice powerful effects. Overpaint tiles are kept on one of the 3 spaces shown here on your sketchbook, and you can only hold a maximum of 3 of them. These are used by placing them over the top of a painting tile on one of your painting tiles in the salon. The tile must match the color where it is placed. It will cancel out the icon it is placed on, but it now counts as 2 symbols that is shown on it. This is a great way to get more fame for your paintings. So you will have the choice of moving the socialite 1 table clockwise, taking the overpaint tile adjacent to its new spot, and then taking the action that the socialite token lands on. The other actions will let you move that socialite token further, giving you access to either a better overpaint tile that you might want or an action that would more benefit you in the game And these actions range from a list of other actions seen around the board. Painting, gaining more canvases, hanging up paintings, moving up on a critic track, gaining apprentices or favor, things like that. On to the next location, which is the Academy of Fine Arts. Here, you can give lectures to earn Academy cards and also gain apprentices. Or, as you can see on the last action spot, a combination of the two. You will gain an apprentice token and place it on an empty space on your sketchboard. You have a maximum of 3 locations. These are used to perform the apprentice actions, kind of like bonus actions shown in each of the locations. You can do this one time per visit to a location, and it can be performed anytime during that turn. These are randomly placed out at the beginning of the game, but again, will help you paint and gain canvases, get paintings, move up on the critic tracks, things like that. Now, the Academy cards can only be taken if you have room to place them by using up those signature tokens. Academy cards will show you how many fame points that you will score at the end of the game, plus they have an ongoing bonus special effect for you and just for you. Okay, now I keep talking about the critic track, so let's move to the art dealership. Here you can schmooze with the critics, and these actions will let you move up on the critic tracks. Doing this will let you gain more points for each time you fulfill the card's requirement at the end of the game. So essentially, these are goals, and the higher you move up on the tracks, the more points you can score by completing the shown requirement. Also, the tracks hold other bonuses like hanging up pictures, gaining apprentices, and gaining favor. These bonuses need to be performed right away, but they are also optional. And now for the last location, the Salon Committee. Here you will perform creator actions, which is one of the listed actions shown below the action spaces. You can overpaint on one of your paintings, earn favor on the favor track, hire one apprentice, or move one painting horizontally one space. When taking one of these actions, you will place the hang a painting tile on top of it so that choices are different for your next time or for the next player. So the hang a painting action is always open to take and can be performed back to back. When hanging a painting, you will take a finished painting, which consists of a canvas full of painting tiles, and you'll place it on the salon wallboard. This picture needs to be placed orthogonally adjacent to at least one other painting that can belong to any player, or next to one of the beginning paintings on the top and bottom of the board. Paintings can be placed landscape style or portrait. The other requirement is that the painting must make a number of color matches equal to the most valuable row where it is hung. This is the trickiest part of the game. So if you want to place your painting on the board and it will extend the furthest out into the 4 space, the 4 row, then 4 sides of the painting needs to match the colors on 4 different parts of that picture. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this isn't going to happen all the time, so players can use one favor to decrease the requirement of this by 1 each. So you can hang a finished painting with some matching colors of paintings next to it, and then you can use favor to fulfill the remaining requirements. This is the track for favor. When gaining it, you will move up your token up on it, and when using it, you will move the marker down. When hanging pictures, you will gain any wall bonus tokens present where you hang the picture at. So again, a turn will look like this. I will move my artist from this location to this location and place it on this action. Now, since this was 2 locations away, I will discard a painting tile. Then I will gain this one painting that I really wanted because it shows the gain 1 painting symbol on this action that I picked. Then I can paint twice, so I will place 2 painting tiles on this canvas that I started, which will complete it. Now that it's completed, I will place a signature token on it. This opens up a place for another Academy card in the future. And the plan is to hang this picture up, and it will also score me points from the in-game scoring at the end of the game for those cards, after I hang it up, of course. The game ends when there is a number or fewer spots left on the salon wall of paintings, and this changes depending on the number of players in the game. Players will finish that turn and then play one last turn. Scoring is then done, and you'll figure out what symbol is used most in each of the paintings and gain 1 point for each of those symbols used in that painting. For example, this 4-tile painting will score 3 points because there are 3 of these symbols. Then each painting will score points for the highest row it's located in. If any part of it is in the 5 row, then it scores 5 points. If it's in the 2, 3, or 4 row, then it will score 4 points. All unhung finished paintings will score 1 point each. Each Academy card shows points that you will score on it. Each critic card is scored according to where you moved up on that track for each of those. And lastly, each player gains 1 point for each favor point that they have left on the favor track. The player then with the most points wins the game. All right, there you go. There's a lot in this game. My 8-year-old asked me if I thought that she would be able to play this one, as she wants to play every game that I get, and sadly, I had to tell her no on this one. The actions and actually playing the game isn't too bad, but the strategic part and understanding why you might do something over something else is where the complexity comes into play with this. So you'll be trying to focus on the in-game scoring critic cards, and the ones that you're doing the best with, you will want to move up on those tracks. Then you will want to get similar icons for your paintings, as they will score you more points for each painting. But then the placement is probably the more complex part of the game. You have to plan your colors and make sure that they fit. And then colors have to match enough to place them on a higher number of row. And when doing this, you might just, be ready to place it. And then another player comes in right before you do and places their painting right where you were planning to. My favorite thing in this game is the Academy cards. Some of those either give you a lot of points, so you want to get those spots free so that you can get more of those cards, but also some of them give you less points, but also gives you like a great special ability that only you have. And I have to say, when others were able to do some of those special actions, it made me very jealous. I feel like the gameplay is what shines above all other things in this game. There is a lot of icons in here, which isn't too bad to understand. Plus, the rulebook lists everything out. If you have questions, you can check it out. The art is just meh for me, probably mostly because there just isn't a lot of art. The box art is the best, and of course, when I see that James Churchill did it makes sense how great this art is right here. I can't say too much about the components because this is a prototype, and again, after saying all of this, things can change, but the best thing to say is that, again, the gameplay and the mechanics is what shines above all others in this game. Again, this is Salon de Paris. It's a worker placement tile collection art game by Talon Strikes Studios, being crowdfunded on Kickstarter so that you can get your own copy to your own table here shortly.